Welcome to Skill Toy Tactics. We're going to be doing a tutorial series called Learn to 5A Yo-Yo. And in this series, we're going to be teaching you the basics on how to play 5A style yo-yoing where the string is not connected to your finger. Now, this style is extremely fun to play, and it's relatively simple once you know how to do basic unresponsive yo-yoing. So if you know how to do basic unresponsive yo-yoing, then you're all set to learn how to do 5A. So there's a couple things you're going to need to know to get set up for playing 5A. So first thing you need is, I recommend a metal yo-yo. If you have just a plastic unresponsive, that's good enough. Metal yo-yos are the best because they're more stable. And you're going to need an actual counterweight. Now, these counterweights aren't just something that you can throw together at home. You might be able to come up with something, but it isn't going to be as good as one that you're going to be able to get on like a yo-yo store that are specifically made for 5A yo-yoing. I use the chainmail counterweight. If I don't necessarily recommend this counterweight for beginners, because if they have a metal yo-yo and they collide with the chainmail counterweight, it will scratch the snot out of your yo-yo, and you do not want that. There's a bunch of plastic ones on the market for beginners. If you're willing to, take some scratches, the chainmail one is less painful than a plastic counterweight hitting your hand. So totally go with the chainmail counterweight if that's what you're looking for. So I'm going to be using the shutter wide angle to be doing these tricks. My favorite yo-yo for 5A is the Cannon. However, I want to prove a point that you don't have to have a 5A specific yo-yo like the Cannon to do these tricks. You can do any unresponsive yo-yo like the shutter wide angle to do these tricks, and you'll be just fine. Okay, so now that we have all that out of the way, we're going to talk about one more thing, and that is string length. Now, string length, you're going to want it to be whatever you use for your string. You're going to want it to be about 3 inches shorter, maybe 2 to 3 inches shorter than your normal string length, and that just makes it a lot easier. So for me, usually my string comes to about here, so I cut it about 3 inches. So you'll just want to kind of look with your hand and see where's about maybe 2.5 inches is probably a good bet. And you just take that and you'll just cut it there and make yourself a smaller string. Now, I have a smaller string already on this yo-yo right now, so I'm not going to be doing a demonstration on how to cut the string. I'm going to assume that you already know how to do that stuff. Okay, so now that that is out of the way, we're going to talk about how to hold, throw, and catch and even bind and catch your 5A yo-yo. Now, what you're going to do is, you might be thinking, well, I'm just going to do like this and just put it like it was like my middle finger right there, right? And just hold it like that and throw it. No, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hold it like this. So we're going to make a gun with our hands, just like this. Pointer finger, thumb, these 3 fingers are crouched in, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take these 3 fingers and we're going to set the string segment between the counterweight and the yo-yo. We're going to set it in between those 3 fingers right there and pinch, so that the counterweight is resting on our pinky finger down here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the gun and we're going to roll the yo-yo up, and we're going to put our thumb on the back, this finger on the top, just like this. Now you're going to hold your yo-yo like that and just get kind of comfortable with it. Again, you're going to grab like this and pinch like that. And then to throw, instead of throwing where your palm is facing vertically, you're going to want to have it where your palm is facing like in a horizontal plane, like pointing this way rather than pointing down and up. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw with our palm facing this way. It will curve a little bit like that, and we're going to throw just like that. It's a little bit different than a breakaway throw, but you'll get the hang of it. You're going to basically just get used to this motion of holding the 5A yo-yo like this and throwing it this way. It's really not that difficult. It just takes some practice. So get good at being able to throw it very, like a really pretty hard throw, because you're going to want, these tricks are going to make your yo-yo spin out pretty regularly when you're first starting out. So you want to make sure you get a really hard throw going. Next thing is you're going to want to learn how to catch it. So once you have the yo-yo ready and you're going to bind, you want to catch it right there in that corner, in between your thumb and your pointer finger, just like that. So that's going to take some practice. Most likely what's going to happen your first try is this. It's going to just hit your knuckles and you're not going to be able to hit it. That took me a while to get used to it, so I would recommend just getting used to throwing it, maybe landing on a trapeze, going into an undermount, and binding, and making sure that it lands literally right in the middle between your thumb and your finger. Now, that is how you throw, catch, and bind a 5A counterweight yo-yo. Now we're going to learn our first trick. Now this trick is super simple. You're going to throw the yo-yo, and we're going to land it on the trapeze, and then we're going to hop it off the trapeze like we're going to go into a man on the flying trapeze and his brother. But we're going to land on the man on the flying trapeze and his brother, but we're going to let go of the counterweight and it's going to slide into our opposite hand, and we're going to land on the trapeze on this side. And we're going to just do that back and forth. You're basically just passing the counterweight back and forth. Now, we're not going to be passing like grabbing it, and like our hands are never going to touch. We're going to do it all just kind of in the air, just like that. Let go, let it slide, just like that. See? Back and forth, just like this. This is the first 5A trick that I recommend that you learn. Get used to doing that back and forth, just like that. And thank you so much for watching. That is lesson 1 complete. Once you have this down, we're going to move on to lesson 2. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe to my channel. And we got 10 lessons we're going to teach you, and they're going to just be awesome. You're going to learn how to play 5A style yo-yoing. So thank you so much for watching. We will see you in lesson 2.